Hey everybody, today I'm in Waddy, Kentucky, and I am in search of the elusive Waddy werewolf.
Something is viciously attacking livestock in Shelby County. For the past 2 weeks, there have been a number of reports of goats, even bulls, being mauled in the small community of Waddy.
Community of farmers in Shelby County has been terrorized over the past few weeks by a mystery animal. The creature has been attacking but not eating livestock, such as goats and calves.
And I have official documents and the DNA test that show what the creature might have been or if it actually exists. So come along for the ride.
And I noticed one of the Holstein bulls had blood on it.
Something had shredded the ears on 3 of Cox's bulls, and just 1 week later, it's believed that something struck here again.
I came out and it had gotten my goat, and it tore the ear off the goat and messed her other ear up in her mouth.
Then, not long after, off that same stretch of road,
they were torn to pieces.
Something attacked all 5 of Teresa Parker's pet goats so badly, she had to put them down.
Their faces were gone from their eyes down. Their ears had been ripped off.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to drive down the road here. We're going to actually go down Ditto Road, and we're going to look through the woods. I'm going to show you the wooded areas. It looks pretty thick. And then I'll show you the addresses where a lot of these attacks happened.
One woman told county officials she and her daughter were briefly followed by an animal that made a sound she called indescribable.
This is 940 Ditto Road. This is where the lady and the daughter were chased by an animal.
They were torn to pieces.
Something attacked all 5 of Teresa Parker's pet goats so badly, she had to put them down.
Their faces were gone from their eyes down. Their ears had been ripped off.
This is 1144 Ditto Road. 5 goats were attacked here around the end of November of 2012.
There's no question in my mind, this animal needs to be put down. Once an animal gets a taste for blood, they don't stop.
This is 2188 Ditto Road. This is where 3 bull calves were attacked, 1 goat was attacked, and a cow was attacked.
This here is Polka Dot. She's missing an ear and almost lost them both, but her attacker is a bit of a mystery.
I heard the goat and my dog was going off, and I ran out there and I looked out and I saw the goat laying on the ground.
It's the second time Kevin Cox's livestock have been attacked recently.
Noticed my Holstein bull looked funny, a little different, and it was covered in blood. Then I had my other 2 bulls come up, and they had the ears all chewed up. It don't seem to mind coming up and getting whatever it wants.
It's a mystery making its way along Ditto Road, leaving its mark on many of the animals around.
Shelby County officials are hosting a meeting at the Waddy Rutan Club on Kings Highway on Monday. They want to make the public aware of the problem and discuss possible solutions.
A couple of the half dozen or so reported by people who say they've heard something, been chased by something, or seen evidence that something's viciously struck. And concerns about all of it brought more than 100 community members out to this meeting Monday night.
We want to make sure that we understand where they happened at, when they happened.
No one knows exactly what it is, but investigators told the crowd they have a pretty good idea.
So this is kind of the small town of Waddy, Kentucky. It's not very big at all. There's not much here. A couple truck stops for the freeway, and that's about it. Now, the Waddy werewolf is a name that was given to this string of animal attacks that happened between November and early December of 2012 in a small rural community of Waddy, Kentucky. Now, Waddy, Kentucky is a part of Shelby County, Kentucky, which Waddy is very small. Population is very small. Inside the town, there's not much at all. There's a couple of truck stops, which I'm sure brings their own kind of weird characters into the community. These animal attacks happened in an area known as Ditto Road. So what occurred was their livestock began to be attacked. There was several goats, some bull calves that were maimed to the point where some of them had to be euthanized. And this, of course, causes issues because this costs the farmers money. So they reported this to local animal control because the first thing they thought was it could be a dog or something like that, maybe some type of wild animal, and they began to investigate. Now at that point, Fish and Wildlife got involved, and they kind of worked together with local animal control officer for Shelby County, and Sergeant Doug Deathridge was actually appointed to be the head investigator for Fish and Wildlife because it was his region, and he began to look into things, interview people. They would gather accounts, they would make reports on different things, but they noticed that everything was happening around this small area of Ditto Road. Around 2016, I really started to dig into this case, and I sent an open records request to the Shelby County government to get the animal control records. Now the crazy part is this happened 4 years before that, and it had just kind of set. There was a little bit of talk here and there with some television shows or newscasts that would cover it, or bloggers or podcasts, but at that point nobody had really went for the records, and that's what I did because I wanted to see what they actually found out. I got a phone call and he said, "Why do you want this stuff?" And I told him, I said, "I'm just investigating the case. I want to kind of draw a conclusion to it." He said, "Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send you my reports. I'll send you my documents. And as far as I know, you're the only one that will ever have these items." And I did. And I gathered it all. And he sent it to me. And it had everything. He was very meticulous in his notes on putting down where it happened, what happened, how much was lost, the different reports, the different accounts, and it kind of opened your eyes to some things. Now there were some things in there that were mysterious, but I believe that it wasn't a werewolf for these cases. There were some attacks that occurred that were possibly big cats, and there were big cats seen and reported to him over that time span, and that's kind of strange. Now as luck would have it, I would have the opportunity to talk to Sergeant Doug Deathridge. He had retired from Fish and Wildlife, and he was working as a bailiff in a county nearby, and I worked with him on a couple of things. And I just asked him one day, I was like, "So tell me about the Waddy werewolf." And he was like, "That was all blown out of proportion." He was like, "It was a dog." And I said, "Okay, how do you all know it was a dog?" He's like, "Because the dog was euthanized and buried, and there were no more attacks."
Pretty much everybody's on the same page that, we do believe that it's going to be a domestic dog or dogs.
And that's pretty much the way that it went. Now, something that's crazy about this was during their investigation, they did talk to a Shelby County police officer, which told them that mountain lions roamed the railroad tracks in Shelby County, and he had seen them on many occasions. A lot of times animals will get hit by the train, so it's an easy meal, and it also keeps them out of the public eye. So I found that very interesting. So that may be something we look at in the future. But according to the DNA report, which I'll show you here, it was a canine. That was off of one of the ears from the damaged animals. It was a canine. They sent it off, it was tested, came back as a dog, just canine. Now a lot of people would debate, well, shouldn't that be what the dogman or werewolf would show up? Who knows? I mean, we've never tested a dogman or a werewolf. So, according to the official results, it was a dog. According to the investigating officials, it was a dog. So it makes you wonder, with some of the sightings that were reported to animal control about seeing a black wolf, some of the big cat stuff, one person even reported that they saw a black cat with a tail as long as its body, which would be a panther, because they said it sounded like a child crying. I don't know. It sounds like to me there's a lot more going on in that area than just a dog. And that's something we'll have to investigate at a later time. So I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to support the channel, like, share, comment below what you think. What do you think about the Waddy werewolf? Where should we go next? What should we look at next? Thank you all for watching, and remember, the monsters are not just in your head or under your bed. They're everywhere.